Good evening. I'm trying to get some things together before I show face. And also, got to say a prayer. Give me a second. Trying to get everything situated. Alright. Trying to get everything situated for your little big brother right now. So, mm, mm, mm. So, the thing is, today, or this evening, I'm trying to find something. I found what I was looking for. All right, peace. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the prayer. I had to turn, look for my, get myself situated real quick. Huh. All right, today I'm just gonna go ahead and say some things. Before I do that, let me get myself settled. Get this, get the prayer ready. So get the computer ready just in case I gotta look some stuff up. You feel me? All right. Let me turn her on. Yeah, I call my computer her. I had it for some years. Everybody be like, everything's a her. Yeah, you dealing with the divine feminine, bro. Like, you gotta pay homage. You don't pay homage, you in trouble. There's a lot of people that don't be paying her no homage, and they thinking that is like the way to go. Hey, Mother Shelly, what's up? What's up? I'm just happy to see you. All right. So today, I know it's not that many of us, but who cares?
Oh, hi, Mother Shelly.
My little one said, "Hi, Mother Shelly," and you got Brother Pisces the King on here.
I forgot to say hi to her when we were on the phone.
Oh, okay. You heard her say? She said hi to everybody. Said hi, Mother Shelly. That's what she said in the
Oh
background.
yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
When you get off your life, you know the book that has the crystals in
You want to look at the book that have the crystals in it?
it? Yeah. I know, no, not just that, but I wanted to look at her crystals.
Oh, you want to look at her birthstone?
Yeah.
Oh, she want to look at your birthstone, Mother Shelly. That's what
It's
she said.
called a crystal reading.
She said it's called the crystal reading. I guess I'm gonna have to call you after we get off this live so she can give you a crystal reading.
Yeah.
So that's what she want to do, Mother Shelley. She want to give you a crystal reading. She let it be known.
Yeah, because you want to know her true powers. I'm curious.
She said she want to know your true powers because she's curious. All right, I'm about to see what I can find. Just give me a chance. I'm trying to get settled because I got some books. Give me that book back right there, baby. Just, yeah, thank you. Hey, peace. How you doing? Is that Daniel? How you doing? How you doing? She said, okay, thanks. She said, okay, thanks.
Where is the little ice cream?
No, I don't have that much ice cream in your lap. No, no. Can't do that.
Can I have the rest of the chocolate cake you gave me? You ate it, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I'll give you some more stuff. Just eat something. If you guys eat some cereal, or something, girl. I gotta get this live started. Dang, girl.
Hey,
All right,
okay.
bruh. Why y'all do this when I'm on my live? Y'all both talking to me at the same time.
I'm
You been
not
sitting at
talking.
hold. I'm sorry, y'all. You've been playing this game and sitting next to me. You gonna wait till I get on live to ask me for some stuff, boy? What's wrong
Dad,
with
you
you?
know he a big bag.
Yeah, I know he a big back, but you go ahead. All right, go eat some cereal, or something. Do something.
I do.
Let's see what this Daniel guy's got to say because I ain't even say the prayer yet. We always got these crazy mofo's coming on here. Anyway, want to give thanks to the great mother. Want to say thank you to the great primordial mother. Want to give thanks to all the ancestral spirits of creation, the archangels, the angels, the ancestors themselves. And on this, is it Tuesday? I think it is. On this Tuesday, which is also Mars Day, we want to say Ashe Bobo, and thank you for this evening, for all of us to watch and be alive and to enjoy this journey called life as spiritual beings. Yet again, Ashe Bobo. Let's go. Now, I was thinking about something today. This particular book right here, I tell everybody, try to get your hands on this book. Whenever you get the money, try to get your hands on this book, please, because this is going to come in handy. Now, on your spiritual journey, I ain't gonna lie, that book gonna come in handy. Okay. Um, there's a lot of things going on, and my dear family, I'm gonna call those that's the mods. I'm gonna call y'all and let y'all know. If not, I'm gonna just leave y'all a voice message. I got some good news though for that. Y'all gonna be like, wow, yeah. So, um, anyway, today we're gonna go. Well, this evening, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, see, my daughter was on the computer and she was looking at stuff on my computer.
That's
No, I got it.
the school thing.
I know.
But earlier I was like, remember earlier when I was like trying to say school?
I got it. You don't have to explain. I already know. I might. There's no sorries. It's just that I forgot you was on the computer. So this is the daily life of being a dad. Taking care of stuff, being a dad. So I just gotta let y'all know. Just bear with me. Sometimes I want y'all to know if I don't have a live, if I have a live schedule and I don't do it that day, I apologize. It's just that when you on dad duties, you got dad duties to do and all of that. So what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start letting everybody know when I'm gonna probably have to change it, or I might change the time. So yesterday we talked about the Vistica Pisces, right? Because we're getting tired of people saying that the creator's a he. And let's just face the reality. How many times people keep on calling the divine he? When you look into the Vistica Pisces, it let it be known that it's the great womb, right? So my whole thing is, and it's not just me. If all the mods know, why keep on being stuck in a paradigm? A lot of people are stuck in a paradigm. Many people are stuck in the Piscean age. What's going on, Peace? How you doing? Many people are stuck in the Piscean age. And they don't know that during the ancient times that our ancestors knew about the matriarchal divine feminine. You know what I'm saying? So we got to bring that back. We got to run it back, right? We got to run it back because the only people that be really recognizing this and pay homage is the Catholic Church, know it or not. You know what I'm saying? They are the ones that's really doing that. They'll keep on going back to the divine feminine. Meanwhile, they got you, not you, but got many people lost in the sauce. And I think it's interesting enough that we need to start bringing her out in the limelight. I showed the book called The Cosmic Mother. You know, I have a PDF on that. And you know, that's something that's really extravagant about this. Because we need to know what the real deal is, because we're in a situation where the divine feminine is trying to bring forth herself to be visible again. Right? And since she's trying to bring herself being visible again, they're trying to stop her from being visible. So now let's go ahead and start getting down to the get down. Now we're going to go back to that website because I really want people to understand the Vistica Pisces. And then after that, I probably have a couple videos to show, but this don't have nothing to do with that. But I really want to just really have everybody understand this. So give me a second, y'all. Because this right here is the Vistica Pisces, the sacred womb of creation. Not the phallus, but the womb. Not the phallus, but the womb. Who has a womb? The woman, the feminine. She has the womb. She carries the womb. And as you see, it tells you what it is. Two circles overlapping in their intersection. See? Read that for yourself. I meant to send you, Mother Shirley, I meant to send you something. I'm gonna send you and Brother Pisces something, and I'm gonna send Brother Sloan something where y'all can send y'all the picture of what the throat chakra look like. Okay, so y'all can see, and y'all can start remembering how the womb look and everything. You're like, oh snap. So it's like, what is the Vistica Pisces? I'm gonna let you just look at that. So all of the people that keep on talking about he, but if you know a real secret of that, before there was a he, there was a she. So if you put the S behind the H and he, you have she. You understand? You put that S behind that H, E, you have she. And this is what we need to understand. They don't want us to know this. Because you got to remember, the patriarch or the patriarchy did not want us to know about the matriarchy in the beginning. But in secret and in secret societies knew about the divine feminine, and they knew about the womb. They studied this. I can tell you one of the most famous, also labeled as infamous secret societies is the Masonic Order. The secret societies of the Masonic Order, which is dealing with one of them, the Masonic Order. The higher you go, you start realizing about the divine feminine, because it starts going into more science. Freemasonry is nothing more than watered down Moorish science that was taught by the Moors to other people. The original Knights of Templar were the Moors too, by the way. I want to let that be known. They knew about the sacred womb, or may I say they knew about the sacred geometry, because the sacred geometry is pretty much the Vistica Pisces. This particular symbol, energy, is totally connected to the Kundalini, know it or not, which is connected to the Eve gene, know it or not. The Eve gene is called the mitochondrial DNA, know it or not. The only being on this planet that carried the mitochondrial DNA is that of the so-called black woman, or Moabitess woman, Israelite woman, African woman, whatever you want to call the melanated woman, who is the mother of all civilization, who is an aspect of the Vistica Pisces, who is the aspect of the divine feminine, who lives as different vessels of the divine feminine living in human experience. The thing that I want to let everybody know is, you already read that. Look at the different symbols, the ratio, Y bladder of the fish, all of this right here. And when they talk about early Christianity and early ancient mystery schools, you're dealing with what they call the Gnostic, the mystical school of Christianity that studied this. And they got their information from the ancient ones. And you ask yourself, who were the ancient ones? Those same melanated people who taught all these sciences dealing with spirituality, and also taught the mathematical equations and so on, who enlightened Europe, who enlightened Turtle Island. This is our sacred science. And it took people to unalive, sabotage to get these secrets. These are one of the secrets that was taught, that we had in our libraries. Now the whole world know about it. And if you see the womb of creation, the Vesica Pisces represents the cosmic womb, not the phallus, the womb, from which all life emerges. From which all life emerges. Look at that. The intersection of spirit and matter. That's something I just want to share with everybody real quick and brief. And then look, it says unity becoming duality. And if you read it carefully, when one circle, unity, the divine, the source, divides into two, the Vesica Pisces is the first shape that appears, the birth of duality from oneness. Now, all this talk about some other stuff, but look at this, the divine feminine. But you can say the divine feminine if you want to. Look what it's connected to. The almond shape is associated with the yoni, sacred feminine. Right here, I ain't gonna pronounce that word because I ain't gonna screw that up. And the womb. The goddess principle. Look at this. Receptivity and creation. The portal of birth. Last but not, fourth, we're gonna get to that. The last one is dealing with the worlds, but how many of us heard about the Christ consciousness? All you star seeds that's going to be watching this, all these star seeds are going to be watching this, that they're going to be checking out the channel soon. You need to keep this in mind, because many of us keep on hearing people talking about the Christ consciousness. Divine incarnation. That's dealing with the avatar, if to be honest with you. The intersection of heaven and earth, not heaven and hell. Let's not get that misconstrued, okay? Look at that. So, this right here is what everybody keep on talking about, the Christ consciousness. That right there. That right there. Now, you know, y'all hear brother talk about portals and everything. Look at this right there. The Vesica Pisces is the doorway between spirit and matter, conscious and unconscious, visible and invisible, human and divine, this world and the next world. You could look at this as being here in this plane and going into the afterlife. You could look at it that way, or you could look at it like this world going through the metamorphosis of transforming into a whole new, quote unquote, what they say world, which is really not. And let's go ahead real quick. The Vesica Pisces in sacred geometry, the foundation of all geometry. Did we not say that? That is actually the sacred geometry is the Vesica Pisces. Vesica Pisces of what? From the Vesica Pisces, all of the sacred geometric forms emerge. Look at this. The square. Can I tell y'all a little secret? The square. How many of y'all heard people in the so-called conscious community saying, I'm standing on my square? Masons also say, I'm on my square. I stand on my square. Remember I said, the higher you go in that, you start finding out is more science. And more science is actually dealing with the sacred geometry, the divine feminine. So, those that say, oh, Freemasonry is evil, but look at that. That is one of her geometrical shapes, the square. So you tell me who's really studying evil. Remember I said it's watered down more science. So all you people, hey, they evil. If only you knew, the higher that these people go, the more they start finding out that it's going into the more science, is going into the higher depths of the Christ consciousness. But a lot of it been diluted and it's been infiltrated with poisons of being uncivilized from the people that became what you call the custodians of our ancient science. And I'm talking about the people that look like this. You know, that the people right there look like that. They are the custodians of our science, and a lot of times they don't know the next level, if that make any sense, because they lack this, the copper, the melanin. Okay? Realistically, I'm telling you all the truth. You can look that stuff up yourself. The higher they go into that, they start realizing this is dealing with ancient people that are melanated. This is dealing with the more science. This is dealing with the Shriners. The Shriners are supposed to be the protectors of the Christ. And the protectors of her. They are called the Magi, aka the Jedi from Star Wars. I know it sounds like, wow, what the heck you saying? No, I'm telling y'all the truth. This is intergalactic, multi-dimensional information that is connected to the whole entire cosmic universes, all of the multiverses. This is all tied together with this. In the three initiates, another name for the Vesica Pisces is the All, or the All. That is what the womb is also called, the All. That is where all the deities and all of the deities and everybody really come from. And she's connected to all of that. She created all of them. You call it the Matrix, right? And we're going to do this. So we call this the Matrix. This is something that we need to understand. She was the creator of the Trinity. The child was the consciousness, the Christ consciousness. She is the Holy Spirit, the comforter. That's why you have the man, woman, and child. The Holy Spirit was the comforter, y'all. The womb man, or the primordial great mother, the son, or the child, and the divine masculine that brought forth what? The Christos consciousness. But you got to deal with the foundation of all geometry, the Vesica Pisces, the womb, the great womb. What is connected to, like I said, the so-called black woman. And then you have the flower of life. Many people seeing pictures of the flower of life. If not, I'll try to show an image of it. Then you have the tree of life. You know what's so interesting about the tree of life, though? Some people say that the tree of life is the Kabbalah. That's what some people call it. Many of you, have you seen the Da Vinci Code? I recommend go back to the beginning of the Da Vinci Code, and Tom Hanks' character shows all the symbols and said all the symbols that's on there are feminine symbols. That is why, i.e., the Vatican Church did not want that to be shown and tried to ban that along with the book. Because it started talking about the bloodlines of the Christos. And in the movie, the bloodline of the Christos was a woman. Yes, I said that. Remember, go back to the movie. They don't want us to know this stuff. But they put it in front of you in plain sight. Now, I haven't heard of this the 153 fish miracle. I mean, I guess that's the time when Yahshua and the 12 disciples was fishing. I guess that's what they're talking about. Okay? So, I'm just showing the website, and I might go up a little faster, so I want y'all to see it. The church windows, look at that. The Vesica Pisces appears in rose windows, pointed arc windows. I don't know what the hell I'll pronounce that, but you get it. Stained glass compositions in the churches, y'all. And then we go to the ancient temples. Look at that. The Egyptian temple doorways, the Greek temple proportions. Proportions, yeah. The Hindu yoni symbol. Like all of this goes back to the Vesica Pisces. This is how ancient it is. This stuff predates Christianity. This information predates it. Then the Vesica Pisces in nature, biological forms. The Vesica Pisces appears in cell division. The human eye. Look what it has in parentheses. Iris, pupil, flower petals overlapping. See, I didn't really get a chance to go over like I'm doing now because I had a lot of energy off some frustration, but I'm taking my time with this. And if you see in the birth canal, the Stargate is another name for the birth canal. You got to remember, this is dealing with portals, remember? And those that I talked to outside of YouTube, I could have sworn we talked about the portals being the womb, the Stargate, and so on, right? And you have the astrological, I think it's astrological. I can't pronounce the word. Y'all got to bear with me. My word pronunciations tonight is kind of off. And then you have the solar and lunar eclipse. Isn't that something? I didn't even know that. The solar and lunar eclipse, the overlap of sun and moon. Wow, if you think about it, it is the Vesica Pisces. Everything that we have around us is dealing with the divine feminine. Everything. Then the Vesica formed by Earth and moon orbits. Isn't that something? Look how they've been having all this stuff in front of us, and yet you got people saying, well, God, he always looked out for me. God is a good God, and he always looked out. All praises the Most High. He always looked out for me. But this now just debunked the whole thing. The whole time you've been disrespecting her. The whole time. Working with the Vesica Pisces meditation practice. This is a meditation practice. If y'all want to, you can take a snapshot, put it in your phone, and you can try it out yourself if you can. Or you can come back to the video when it download, and you can actually watch it and pause it, and then you can probably write it down. Okay? And manifestation portal. Look, all of the people that be trying to manifest stuff, be on trying to manifest and do affirmations. Here you go. There you go. Check it out. All the ones that be trying to do that be doing their best doing affirmations. Here you go. Read that. I mean, we know some people that be trying to do affirmations, and but they don't know about the Vesica Pisces. They gotta notice it. You gotta know this. You can't say all praises due to the Most High and then call her he, when it's in actuality it's she, who has 10,000 names, 10,000 titles. All right. And see, it shows you why it works. See, the Vesica Pisces is the geometrical representation of potential becoming actual. You got now. Let's see. You have art and journaling. I'm journaling. Look at that. Now you know what's crazy about this right here? That compass is connected. In Freemasonry, you have the square and compass, the Masonic symbol. The Masonic symbol is actually connected to the Vesica Pisces. If you draw an X, two X chromosomes connected together, and you go downward and put a V inside, and then you put it up at the other end, you have the Masonic symbol. And you put the letter G in there, you get the letter G for geometry. See, I'm trying to share some information with everybody so you can actually understand how it all goes into the Vesica Pisces, how it goes to the divine feminine, how it goes into the divine womb, and how it goes to the divine cosmic womb, let me say. How all of this is interconnected to her. And they'll say, oh, this is new age, and no, it's actually ancient age. There's no such thing as a new age. How can something be new when it's actually ancient, which is golden? And aren't we supposed to be, quote unquote, going into the golden age? This is signs of it going into the golden age. The golden age is going back directly to the divine feminine. Because we've been caught up with the divine masculine, shadowing and partaking as the divine feminine. That's a message, okay? And then you have crystal grids, right? Look at all of that. You know, I really wanted everybody to look at this and see for yourself that all of this is very serious. You know? And it says for crystal grid template, it says best for manifestation, divine feminine work, birth creation intentions, portal work. Portal work. Isn't that something? And didn't we say that the womb is a portal? Now, the divine, let's see. The Vesica Pisces and the divine feminine. And it has the symbols right here, y'all. In Hindu and Tantric traditions, the Vesica Pisces represents the yoni, the sacred feminine creative power, the source of all life, the cosmic womb, the Shakti energy. Hey, the Shakti energy is that of the Kundalini, everybody. Remember I said how it's connected to the Kundalini? And guess what? Remember I told y'all earlier that I didn't really look at all of this because I was caught in some emotions during that time yesterday. But something told me to do this again. The Shakti energy is the Kundalini energy. Let's see. Let's type this in. Shakti energy. See? Didn't I just say that? Kundalini Shakti, look at that. Look at that. That's the Shakti. The Shakti energy. See how that's all connected to the Kundalini, the chakras, like I told y'all. All this stuff is interconnected back to look, this right here, the circles. All this right here goes back to the divine feminine. These circles right here, the 3 circles that you see, this is the Vesica Pisces, brothers and sisters. This is the Vistica Pisces. That is the Vistica Pisces. Everything. Now you know that Muslims actually pray in a fetus position. You can also say that's a form of trying to align them back to the Shakti energy. Okay? Isn't that something? And see, here's another visual let you know that this all is all connected to the divine feminine or the Vistica Pisces. All of it. And you see that right there? That would be considered more like the lotus. So, this is also considered, beloveds, the Most High, right here. This is the where the Most High dwells. This is where the Christ consciousness and the Most High dwells at, right here. In Ifa Santeria Vudun, this is where that your higher self, if you're initiated into those sciences, this is where that particular spirit claims your crown. But they claim it since you were born, though. They claim it since you were born. The thing is, when you get initiated, it activates this right here. And you could probably be an incarnation of that particular being living in human experience. And that is where you meet the Most High. And how does this work? The 33 vertebrae of the spinal cord, which is actually the Shakti energy or the Kundalini base. And then it travels all the way up to the Ori or the crown where the Most High dwells. So, when you start hearing people saying all praises the Most High, they don't realize they're praising themselves because they are part of the Most High living a human experience. Well, they are actually they're actually a part of the Most High, even down to them being negative, living a human experience, y'all. Even down to the ones that fell from grace, know it or not. They're living a human experience. Because you got to remember, the divine wants to live that human experience to have that feel, which makes all of us, know it or not, a part of that. Even down to the ones that fell from grace that's in human bodies, they live in a human experience. Know it or not. But, you digress from all of that. I'm trying to remember where I was at. I did all the Shakti stuff. All right. Because I don't want to miss anything. But I just wanted y'all to see all of this, how it deal with the Kundalini awakening too. All of this is interconnected, beloveds. All of it. So, next time y'all hear somebody say, all praise is the Most High, they don't know no better.
I give up.
They don't know no better.
It's too hard.
Oh, this was from yesterday. The Oshun symbol being a 5-pointed star. Remember I told y'all how the Moorish science have the symbol of the 5-pointed star? And and it shows you right here, Oshun symbol, often represented a 5-pointed star, is associated with the Yoruba goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. And it says that Oshun and revered in Yoruba mythology is considered a powerful deity who embodies feminine sensuality and the nurturing aspects of life. Aspects of what, beloveds? The divine feminine. Okay? That's something to look into, right? And it's also going back to the mitochondrial. My bad, if my phone was kind of leaning to the side. The mitochondrial. It goes back to that. Now, let's see what this is. This was the more science information I was sharing with y'all with the 5-pointed star. There's a story that this symbol was also connected to Diana.
I know who that is.
I know you know who it is, but this is Diana. That also symbolizes Diana. Let's see who was Diana. I know you know who it is. Yeah, they be hearing me talk a lot about this, y'all. So
No.
no,
No, you told me.
I
You
know.
told me
Oh, my
that
bad. I was
you
getting
told me
corrected.
that Diana is another name. Can I say it?
Please go ahead.
Is another name for Oshun, and then you also said Sophia is another name for Oshun.
Yes, I remember. Dang, y'all, my daughter done got me all messed up. But God is,
Sophia is one of my names.
yeah, but you ain't have to say all that though. See, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now you can go ahead back over there, mind your business.
I would find my
Now
business.
look, the goddess Diana in Roman religion primarily. Look at this: countryside and nature, hunters, wildlife, childbirth, crossroads, the night, and the moon. Now you know I really don't deal with Wikipedia, but I just wanted y'all to get it. But look at this. This is a well, I can't say this a port. Look at that moon right there at the top of her head, the crescent. Remember I told y'all that was also a symbol for Diana. Okay? The Greeks learned from the ancient people of Kemet, right? Well, we're going to go ahead and just use Wikipedia anyways, real quick and brief. Man, what the heck y'all talking about? I'm trying to show that. Man, I don't want to see all that. I ain't paying for that. Okay. Now, as you see, all of this dealing with Diana. And this is very interesting. And you see they have even down to Wicca, right? All this stuff is going back to Diana. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. People are like, oh, he talking about witchcraft stuff. No, you need to know about this because the Islamic symbol itself, know what or not, deals with that Wicca stuff or that Wicca stuff. Just saying, just saying. And people like, oh, no, it's a science though, and people don't know it's a science. And I'm not trying to say, oh, get into that. No, you need to know the truth because the truth will set you free. Okay. Now I'm going to type in this real quick. Just bear with me. So I'm typing it in because I want y'all to see what I typed in after I'm done. So this is something that's very valuable because many of us had grandmothers, great grandmothers that did certain remedies when you got sick, and grandma always made things better. Now look at this. It says she's not the queen of the witches. Some traditions may refer her to a queen of witches. This is not the standard belief in Yoruba faith. Okay? So those that been saying, oh, that's witchcraft and all that, listen, it's not witchcraft because I know people that do Ifa. You know what I'm saying? And they been doing this stuff for 100 and something years, 1,000 years, as far as the tradition is concerned. And they know the principles of this that I'm telling and sharing with you all. Because the Catholic Church knows that their practice is legit along with people that practice voodoo. They know this. They don't want us to know that our science is legit. So they'll use it on us, and then what I just told you about the Vistica Pisces, they'll make it seem like that's all Wicca and that's all New Age. No, in the beginning, there was her, not him. We got to think about this and start waking up and realizing the truth. Because if we don't, we're going to still be stuck in the same cycle over and over. constantly going through it over and over again. We have to acknowledge her because when a lot of people pass away or have near death experiences, let's just say near death experiences, they see the tunnel. Y'all hear that about them going down a tunnel, and they say, "Oh, at the end of the tunnel was a light." Listen, you don't go to that light. You keep on going down that tunnel. The light is coming back here. This is stuff that Bobby Hemmett said too. The further you go down the tunnel, the more you're going to start becoming one back with the primordial mother. Why do you think when you sleep, you eyes and you see darkness? Darkness is your comfort when you're resting your body, but it's also the most vulnerable part because if you're not mentally stable on astral projection and that you're doing it at will and don't know how to control it, you could get stuck in the spiritual realm and something could take over your physical body. All this is connected to the all, the Vestica Pisces. So I recommend each day you get a chance to take 5 minutes out of your time to meditate. Breathe in like a baby, breathe out like a baby. Out. In. Out. That's how you do it. The breath is so immaculate and powerful that you can feel the vibrations going into your vessel, and at the same time you can feel that divine feminine energy from the base of your spinal cord and all 114 chakras. I recommend you do it in a quiet place when you have quiet time for 5 minutes. If you have quiet time for 5 minutes, take your time and close your eyes. Breathe in, out. It's going to be a difficult exercise because we've been breathing wrong the whole time. But we got to go back to breathing like how babies breathe. Because I assure you that the yogis that practice yoga, they breathe the same way. And they can also feel the etheric body, or you can say even down to the chi. I want to show y'all something. If I still have it, I hope I do. Um, it's a video dealing with the chi, which is also connected to the kundalini. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna show y'all this. This is going to be interesting, right? All right, where is it? Okay. Oh yeah, for fair use, all videos that I show are for educational and entertainment purposes only. Hopefully they can let you see and hear this because I want y'all to see. You remember how I talked about the X-Men and the chakras and all of this is intertwined with the Pisces too because it's dealing with the Shakti energy. Read this. He vanished after what happened when you saw him use the power of the mind.
Like this, it's nothing, okay? It's my burn. Just like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker. He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how chi can also be used to set things on fire.
Now remember, I talked about the powers that we have, right? He used his power, his chi, to light the paper on fire. That is called pyrokinesis. Now, that's what I want to show y'all. Isn't there some interesting stuff right there? Like people don't even understand. And then let's go ahead and show how frequencies work. Oh, you talking about all y'all that be saying I gotta get on that frequency, I gotta get on that frequency. But look how frequencies work though.
I'm staying off it. 25, 41, 45, 57, 94, 122, 159, 194, 213, 222, 242.
That look like the flower of life right there, right there.
259, 271,
He was going up even higher. He was trying to get to 432 megahertz. That's why he was counting the numbers. So I wanted to show you, that shows you with the dark web video that they know about the frequencies. So when you hear people talking about I gotta get on that frequency, what frequency you trying to get on? The highest that I know is 432 megahertz. And you see how the different vibrations, the sand was changing, it was shaping, and it was shaping into geometrical shapes. If you see that carefully, it was still going to the circles and stuff that deals with the Vesica Pisces. It goes back to the womb. Because in the womb, when a child is in the womb, it hear vibrations in the womb. Alright. I have another video. Trying to see which one would I'm gonna show you another video, and then I'm gonna just probably just let it be from there. But I hope y'all enjoyed the information about the Vesica Pisces. Now, we're going to go into something a little different. Remember I told you about the portals and how the portals are bringing forth these different creatures and different things, ghosts, apparitions, whatever you're going to call it. This video was filmed in 1996. Look at this. For fair use, educational, and entertainment purposes only.
When is the collapse, the dimensional collapse, starting? Is it already starting?
It's already started.
With the sound and the color?
Okay. It's already started. Thank you for leading me here. What you're going to start hearing about in the very near future are something called rods. And they will be something that will be videotaped. And what you will see are large streaks just shooting through the air that are etheric, but are being able to be captured on tape. And what you're seeing is literally fourth and fifth dimensional craft moving through space, not having the slightest clue that they're flying right through us. Okay? And that's because you're beginning to see the implosion. It's great stuff.
And ghosts?
Yes, you'll see more ghosts, more apparitions, because those that are stuck between third and fourth density will start being more and more visible as our frequency starts to raise and rise. A lot of them, unless they are healed, and I do not know how to do that, how to set them free from their self-imposed prisons, will be exiting, transitioning. I will share this with you. There are definitely some things underneath the Sphinx, but the bulk of the real stuff that will tell us about our ancient history is still underneath the pyramid. And there was a vault built 3 levels deep, and the pyramid was built over it. Okay, that's where the real juice is. That's where the real knowledge is. The Sphinx will have some things, but it's a distraction. You know, these guys are real good at what they do, at diverting attention from reality, from truth. They're excellent at it. If they put that much energy into telling the truth, God, we'd all be out of here. We're going to truly find out who we are genetically. Information will be coming from all corners of the earth from contactees. There will be more and more contacts, and they will tell us about the 22 different races and more of our history. There will also be massive earth changes. They will start with a magnetic pole shift, which could happen anytime between now. Things have been sped up. We're already starting to see the magnetic pole shift as we see birds migrate in the wrong direction at the wrong times of the year. The birds move along the Earth's magnetic grid lines.
I just want to give y'all that little treat right there. Now, many of you heard me talk about the different beings and also the ghosts. After you're going to start seeing more. I've been saying that too in old videos, and he confirmed everything, you know. And I'm just going to say I didn't know nothing about it until I found it on Instagram, and that's back in 1996. And I was born 1981. So a lot of this stuff came from downloads and ancestors guiding your little big brother to at least bring some information to you all. And please, whenever you get a chance to, when you pray or you talk to the Creator or the Divine, acknowledge her as her, not him. You feel me? Because even Bobby Hemmett says that. All I want to tell y'all, love y'all. Thank you for watching. I hope you were entertained. I hope you learned something. It's your little big brother, Nega Dezo, also known as Brother B Forte Ill, better known as Green Light Cosmic Angel Fire. And I have another name, which is Haru Sin Asar, which is Haru or Horus, son of Asar. I'm out of here. Peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balance, which brings forth the yin and the yang, which is the divine feminine and the divine masculine, to bring forth supreme balance. May the great mother and the ancestors, the angels, the archangels, all of them protect you and yours on your striving for righteousness the best way possible. Don't let nobody say that you're not worth anything, because you are. You are someone. You are a spiritual being living a human experience, and you are here to find your divine cause and the reason why you're here. Take care. Love all of y'all.